can turn back the time to make it all alright for us. I promise to build a new world for us two, with you in the middle.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, come in. Good morning. Please take a seat.
Good morning.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here today. Mr. Chris and I would like to thank you for being punctual and present.
Alright. We gathered you today because in recent months there has been a high demand for procedures of visa laser, and therefore we had to choose the best person for the vacancy between all the personnel that schedule appointments. So, one of you will be promoted.
Awesome. It's a big opportunity.
Yeah, perfect. And when the appointment will be?
Oh, in 30 minutes since you come out of the office. We expect you to be punctual in the gathering room, so here we're going to be.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Excuse me.
Come in. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Good morning. We are going to start with some questions. Please answer them as possible and briefly possible because you only will have 3 minutes to answer them. So, good luck.
Even though you had a short time to prepare yourselves, we hope you make a good job justifying your reasons. Also, we trust in your ability to adapt and your efficiency too. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, we will start with you. Mrs., please let us along.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez. Why do you consider you are the best candidate for this position?
First of all, good morning, and again, thank you for this opportunity. I consider I'm the candidate indicated because my current position has allowed me to develop skills necessary for efficient communication with customers. Also, I'm a responsible person, and I think that this isn't an easy job, but with the dedication I give to my job, I know that I will be able to adapt me with agility to the new position. On the other hand, I have excellent skills of resolution of problems, and it's something that will help me to resolve any situation that presents me. Therefore, it's something necessary. Also, I have ability to learn time management, reading skills, independence, leadership, computer skills, concentration on the client, and the most important, professionalism, which means that it's easy for me to be able to distinguish and separate my personal life, feelings, and emotions, and everything related to my work, because this post requires great objectives.
Very good. Excellent answer, Ms. Gonzalez. You have provided great arguments.
Thank you.
Despite your excellent and remarkable performance on your job, reading your files, I can see that a while ago there was a problem with a Mexican person who came from the state of Nuevo León. This person seemed at the beginning pretty well, and you were the one in charge of managing and advising his interview. What I mean is that you gave him the date of the interview and you received the documents he provided. After that, we found out that he was giving us fake information, and even though you received a call of attention of that incident in which you didn't notice that the information was wrong, that became an important part in your record in the job performance.
Yes, I remember it, and again, I apologize for that mistake. However, I would like to add that the documents were of his twin brother, who resides today in the prison of Los Angeles, California. That is to say that I would like, as a source of trust, have an alternative list that indicates the family history of brief information about them, because as we do not have a source of similar information, problems have arisen similar to the mentioned.
Okay, it's well justified your mistake. It is our fault because we have not provided necessary healthy tools to maintain the security of our country. However, your standing ability in leadership and responsibility in your work tell us much about how you could take in the initiative to investigate further.
Despite all this, we want to remind you, Ms. Gonzalez, that you're still a great option for us. And the reason why you're here today is because of your remarkable job performance in this job. So, thank you very much for answering honestly to our questions. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Very good. What do you think about Miss Villa, Miss Lagarda?
In fact, she's a very good employer, and I think she defended pretty well her point of view in both questions. That has to be recognized. Also, even though she showed up some insecurity during the example number 2, she knew how to handle the situation, and in my opinion, she passed the test.
Clear. I feel the same. However, we must remember that the future of our nation depends on the kind of people coming in and out of our country. Therefore, as to foreigners, that decision is taken by us, and is not something that we can take lightly. In addition, we still will have 2 people more for interview. So, do you think if we leave to entry, Miss Lagarda?
Of course, come in. Come in.
Take a seat, please.
Thank you. I hope to fill out all the requirements for the position.
Nice attitude, Ms. Torres. We have already stated the recommendations. So let's start with the question. The first one is, why do you think you are the best person for the position?
I consider that I have an excellent development in the last 5 years because I have to sacrifice a lot of things to maintain my job as a priority in my life, besides my family, and I'm very proud that I was considered as a candidate for the vacancy. Also, I have been disposed to maintain my residence in an unknown country, having my family in the USA for the simple reason that I can't allow that foreign people get into my country without a study, and obviously they need to be approved. Therefore, I'm satisfied with my performance, and this is a job that makes me so proud of because I help to defend my country and to maintain his name high. In another case, for the passion that I have for my profession, I consider that it will be easy to adapt myself to a new change, and thanks to the values that I have developed with a lot of years of experience, I could carry out in a satisfactory way, even with a I don't know how to say this word, with a satisfactory performance in this vacancy. Values as respect, tolerance, justice, honestly. Also, to be a prepared person and commitment with my job. So I consider that these factors are really important at the time to consider someone for a determined vacancy.
Very well, Ms. Torres. I think your answer was very complete and satisfactory. And because of that, if you don't have any other thing to add, you can leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I only like to add something. My job is very important to me, and I have a phrase that I always say. It's love what you do and do what you love. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Torres. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Come in. Take a seat, please, Miss Villa.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I have to say, it is really a pleasure to be here today, and it makes me feel really proud and happy to have the opportunity and the possibility of earning this promotion.
We hope it will be.
Pretty well, Ms. Villa. Well, we already gave you the instructions, so we're going to start directly with the first question. Why do you consider you are the best candidate for this position?
Well, first of all, when I started working here, I knew it wouldn't be easy because I knew that I was going to work with people that have different ideas and opinions, and people that want to enter the United States for daily activities like shopping, being tourists, among other reasons. Nevertheless, I also knew that I was going to need to distinguish and investigate people and take the decision of letting them enter the country or forbidding certain people entrance. But first, was really difficult for me to separate my feelings from my job, and it was hard for me to cancel appointments of foreigners or visa applications. And I was confused by the fact of not knowing the true intentions of the people. But it was something that didn't depend on me, and something I didn't knew how to control. Today, I feel like I'm very prepared for this position. With the experience I've earned, I can be objective, and I've realized that I like to investigate people to understand as much as possible their situations, and being able to choose in the right way and allow or deny permission to enter a place I consider my home.
Whoa, excellent answer, Ms. Villa. I'm impressed with your way of thinking. Now we will go on the second question and the last one. Could you mention what abilities make you so special for this position and how can you apply them?
Of course. Over time, I developed skills, both intellectual and attitudes, that make me have a great confidence in myself when carrying out my jobs, such as communication, responsibility, respect, tolerance, time management, adaptability, and also abilities to speak. I consider these abilities really important because in a direct relationship with the customer, it is indispensable to respect the person on the other side of the window and consider that although we may be of different nationalities, we are human beings with the same rights and obligations.
Definitely, you let me impress, Miss Villa. Congratulations.
That's right. Thank you very much, Ms. Villa. And you can leave now, but please tell the others that we're going to call you again later and we're going to tell you our final decision.
Well, thank you so much again for the opportunity. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Now we have to make an important decision. Who do you consider is the ideal person for the position?
Taking into account the arguments of each, I consider that three defended their position very well, but I must admit that some were better than others. As to expose their views, I found that Miss Gonzalez had a very confident attitude in herself. So far we begin those questions in other matters. Miss Torres presented well her view, but I think that compared to the other two candidates, and she not let me very clear why she must and she be the one. And finally, Miss Villa found it very sure of herself, and yet she had no trouble with an arrogant attitude, as usually happens with most employees in these jobs.
In fact, I think Ms. Torres stood behind with her explanation, and because of that, I decided immediately to discard her. Talking about the other candidates, I think the most complete and remarkable explanation was the one of Ms. Villa, because she explained pretty well her point of view, and she seemed thankful for the opportunity, and also I think she's really capable of realizing this job. She showed up security and anxiety to obtain the yes. But that's only my opinion, I'm sorry. So we need to get into an agreement so we can start explaining each person pros and cons.
I think that exposed adequately its view, but having made that mistake in which not investigate properly citizen information, that subtracts point in terms accountability and justice, since their responsibility was to get as much possible data and verify that were true and fair. Because not investigate further, it will not have been fair to citizens of our country. The fact that we could have led to enter in our nation that we do not know that the consequence if we will do it.
Exactly, I think the same way. She explained very well her reasons, but comparing to Ms. Villa, I think she was the most complete for the following reasons. 1, she hasn't had big problems in her job area. 2, she explained properly her opinions and points of view, and despite the anticipation of the notice, she knew how to prepare well. 3, she showed maturity and responsibility, which is a good sign of how she will handle her job.
I think right. I think she is right for the job. Although, I also like the first candidate. We both like plus Miss Villa, and I think we both were satisfied with the decision.
Perfect. Then let's call the candidates.
Come in. Take a seat, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beforehand, Mr. Cruz and I thank you all for your presence and your preparation. After a while discussing the facts, we've made our decision. And this person is one who we chose because of her excellent ability to communicate, persuade, and responsibility and confidence and will preparation in a short time. Despite that, I would like to congratulate the three of you and invite you to keep showing the best of yourselves because this isn't going to be the only opportunity you have. So, without any other distraction, congratulations, Ms. Villa. The position is yours.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
See you tomorrow.
Well done, Miss Villa. Congratulations. We trust that you will know how to develop and how to adapt promptly in your new position. We wish you so much success and how will you to be tomorrow at 7 a.m. promptly to sign the contract and establish the terms of your new and improved employment.
Oh my god, thank you so much for this opportunity and I won't disappoint you. I will be here tomorrow punctual. Have a good day.
Have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Oh.